Hilarious, it was the type that cost 8 or 900 yuan. I can't believe he even had the nerve to give a watch like that. The next second, she felt the surrounding temperature drop significantly. It became freezing in an instant. In Yang Yuting's pale pupils, there were traces of bloodshot veins. Her face darkened visibly. She just stared at her like that, staring until it gave people goosebumps. The girl hurriedly lowered her head. Until the stock investment class ended, students began packing their things one by one. A handsome male classmate took a deep breath. He mustered all his courage to step forward, blushing as he confessed, "Yang Yuting, I like." But before the confession was finished, Yang Yuting, with a cold face as frosty as mist, had already walked away. Her mood was extremely bad. She seemed unwilling to stay for even a second longer. That boy was instantly heartbroken. Song Xinyue hurriedly chased after her, following her footsteps. "Sister Yuting, where are we going? This direction isn't towards the cafeteria." Besides, looking at her expression, it seemed like she was going to interrogate someone. In the empty classroom, I sat in the self-study area, preparing for the student English competition. Classmates from the same major had already left the room. It was just me, very quiet, after finishing a practice test set. Since no one was around, I leisurely walked downstairs, wondering what to eat for lunch today. At the corner, several dark shadows suddenly descended, like covering dark clouds, suddenly closing in. I had a bad feeling. Yang Yuting and 3 or 4 people beside her stepped towards me. A cold chill rose throughout my body. She's always like this. Regardless of this life or the past life, she always acts so high and mighty, refusing to say anything, waiting for everyone to chase and coax her before she shows a pleasant face. Clearly, I don't like her anymore, yet she keeps appearing in front of me. As I passed by, I calmly looked straight at her. My voice had no ripples, neither humble nor arrogant, saying, "Move. I absolutely won't repeat the same mistakes. I won't be as servile as in my past life, chasing her in the past life, for a full 7 years. The full 2 years in this life were just a joke." Yet Yang Yuting didn't budge at all. Her sharp eyes stared at me. The two of us just stood in a standoff, standing still on the spot. No one said anything. Song Xinyue beside her couldn't help but speak up, her tone arrogant and disdainful. "Gu Xingcheng, why did you block us? You don't even answer calls. What's the meaning of this?" I spoke calmly. "I already told you. I have nothing to do with you people anymore." Yang Yuting took a step forward, the distance suddenly closing. Almost pressed against each other, she looked at me in disbelief. "Who did you say you have no relationship with?" I couldn't be bothered with her. Turning to leave, the next second my wrist was suddenly grabbed. Yang Yuting is a germaphobe and always hated physical contact. In the past life, every time we held hands, I was the one initiating. She never initiated contact. Now she was taking the initiative to hold my hand. Yang Yuting took a deep breath, almost squeezing each word out through her teeth. "Gu Xingcheng, stop making trouble for no reason." In the very next moment, a figure suddenly rushed over, forcefully swatting Yang Yuting's hand away. Su Qingyue glared at Yang Yuting angrily. "Stay away from him." Su Qingyue pursed her lips, clutching my sleeve tightly. Yang Yuting glanced at Su Qingyue. She turned around and left. I looked at Su Qingyue and asked softly, "Why are you here?" Su Qingyue looked at me and said, "A classmate just said Yang Yuting was coming to find you." So I rushed over. After speaking, she linked her arm with mine. "Come eat with me." Staircase. Yang Yuting stood silently in place. Her face looked terrible. Song Xinyue beside her spoke up. "Gu Xingcheng is just sulking, right? He wants to deliberately provoke us. Someone who chased Sister Yuting for so many years. How could he just leave like that?" Hearing this, Yang Yuting's face gradually calmed down. Expressionless, she walked down the stairs. "Right, he's just deliberately sulking." After speaking, Yang Yuting thought of the words I said before. Gu Xingcheng doesn't like Su Qingyue. They can't be together. He said it himself. He only sees Su Qingyue as a sister he grew up with. He also said he only likes her. He also said in the future, he would only like Yang Yuting alone. So there's basically no need to chase him. Wait for Gu Xingcheng to calm down and think it through. He will definitely return to her side. Luxury villa. Yang Yuting likes living alone and didn't want to stay in the dorms, so she bought a villa right next to the school. A whole day passed. Her face cold as ice, she ordered all the maids to leave. The maids bowed and left one by one. They could clearly feel that the young Miss's mood today was particularly terrible. Extremely terrible. It was strange. Normally the young Miss never showed her emotions. Besides, today is clearly her birthday. In the room, Yang Yuting's fists slowly clenched. In her mind, she unconsciously recalled the scene of Gu Xingcheng being held by another woman. He is definitely doing this on purpose. Going to eat with his good childhood sweetheart Su Qingyue. Going to the amusement park together. I don't care at all. Thinking this, she calmly opened her backpack. Yet the next second, she found herself freezing, standing straight, frozen on the spot. In the backpack was a light brown scarf. The fabric was very soft and comfortable, like a warm ray of spring sunshine, slowly covering a glacier, melting the ice and snow. Although there was no signature or greeting card, Yang Yuting was absolutely certain it was from Gu Xingcheng. After Song Xinyue found out, she revealed an as-expected expression. She smiled gently. As expected, he couldn't hold back. Didn't he still eagerly run over to give a gift? This is the legendary playing hard to get. Yang Yuting didn't say anything. Her heart, which had been in suspense, finally settled down. That's right. Gu Xingcheng likes me so much. How could he not give me a birthday gift? Early next morning. Late autumn, there was suddenly heavy rain last night, causing the temperature to drop suddenly. Students changed into thick clothes one after another. Yang Yuting rarely wore a scarf. It immediately fluttered the hearts of many girls. She already had an exquisite, flawless appearance, cold and aloof with pale skin. After putting on the light brown scarf, she looked even more noble. Someone had already posted photos on the forum. Oh my god, how does this person look so good even wearing a scarf? Is this the first time Goddess Yang wore a scarf to school? As expected, a beauty looks good even wearing a sack. At this moment, a boy stood there rubbing his eyes, staring at his phone screen in disbelief. The boy beside him was shocked. Holy crap, isn't that the scarf you gave Yang Yuting before? The boy nodded. Yeah, I think I forgot to sign it back then. A 9.9 yuan free shipping item. I just casually stuffed it in. I thought it would definitely be thrown away. Maybe rich people are used to exquisite luxury goods, and wanted to try some rough cheap goods at the same time. The girls surrounding Yang Yuting all had their pupils trembling, revealing looks of disbelief one by one, standing there in shock. They completely didn't expect it, that Yang Yuting would actually wear the scarf gifted by Gu Xingcheng.
Is she crazy? This looks like unbearable fake goods at a glance. It's a 9.9 yuan free shipping item, right? Giving it to them as a rag would even be rejected, okay? They had countless questions, but when facing Yang Yuting's cold gaze, they immediately shut their mouths, not daring to ask another word. Song Xinyue silently clenched her hand, while absent-mindedly glancing at a familiar figure outside the door. Her eyes suddenly flashed, suddenly speaking up, raising her voice loudly. Hi! Hi, Sister Yuting! The scarf Gu Xingcheng gave you is actually quite nice. Don't know how much thought he put into it, especially giving it on your birthday to please you. Yang Yuting coldly raised her eyelids, seeming to hear the words she wanted to hear. Only then did she calmly respond. Just as the words fell, outside the restroom, Su Qingyue's footsteps paused. Her whole body suddenly froze. Su Qingyue stood there, silent and speechless. She clenched her fingers tightly, wanting to suppress the bitterness constantly surging in her chest, but she still couldn't do it. The rain outside the window suddenly grew heavier. The entire school was submerged in a thick curtain of rain. Rainwater splashed, cold droplets falling into her heart. Su Qingyue didn't lack knowledge of Gu Xingcheng. He only saw her as a sister he grew up with. She wasn't unaware of Gu Xingcheng, of how much he liked Yang Yuting in the past. Before, Gu Xingcheng would always rest his chin on his hand and steal glances at Yang Yuting. He would proactively tutor Yang Yuting in math. He would give Yang Yuting all kinds of gifts. He would follow Yang Yuting like a shadow, eyes full of joy, heart full of expectation. She knew all these things, knew them clearly. But what's the use of knowing? She had no right to ask, even less right to be jealous. Su Qingyue swallowed twice. Looking down with lonely eyes, she lifted her feet to leave. Recalling that rainy day before, the words I said, I don't like Yang Yuting anymore. That scene. Thinking of this, Su Qingyue closed her eyes and took a deep breath, gradually calming down. With his personality, he absolutely wouldn't give things to Yang Yuting anymore. There must be some misunderstanding here. She would subtly ask to clarify. Because she understood him, so she trusted him. Outside the window, rain fell pitter-patter, weaving a hazy mist of rain. Even the air became damp. My third period in the afternoon was a school-wide elective, special topic research and analysis in international finance. This subject was scheduled for the next semester. Today was the first class, back when school just started. I fought to get into the same class as Yang Yuting. I silently sighed and arrived at the classroom on time. The large 100-person lecture hall was almost full. Yang Yuting and her group sat in the first row, deliberately leaving an empty seat. The moment I walked through the door, their eyes all focused on me. Yang Yuting calmly raised her eyelids, trying to see some expression on my face, but there was nothing. I didn't even glance at her, calmly sitting down in the corner of the last row, excessively quiet, like I didn't care anymore. Yang Yuting's gaze instantly froze. Her heart suddenly felt empty. The elective was very easy. Most people were playing on their phones. The classmate next to me played Fight the Landlord for the whole period. During the break, the teacher picked up a water cup, leisurely taking a sip, standing on the podium and speaking. Finals will be graded based on an essay. Specific requirements are posted on the learning system, 2 people per group. Form your own groups, and after confirming, fill in the form. Just as the words fell, many male students looked towards Yang Yuting like hungry tigers. The bold ones had already made their move, politely asking if she had a partner yet. Yang Yuting, expressionless, didn't even lift her head. A single word, yes, gave them the answer. The boys left regretfully one after another. Several minutes passed. The air around Yang Yuting grew colder and colder. It felt like it was about to freeze people to death. Song Xinyue gritted her teeth. Don't worry, Gu Xingcheng will definitely come to find you to group up later. Hearing this, Yang Yuting's expression finally improved a bit, but waiting for a long time, there was no sign of me. Yang Yuting's patience was gradually running out. When she saw me smiling and asking the classmate next to me, Yang Yuting absolutely couldn't sit still anymore. Suddenly standing up, I was talking to a classmate from the medical department. The next second, a tall figure gradually loomed larger.
cold as vast white snow, stepping closer. I had a bad feeling for some reason. Slightly raising my head, Yang Yuting had stopped by my desk, very close, extremely close. A chilling cold breath immediately enveloped me. Under everyone's gaze, her pale glass-like eyes stared at me seriously. Silent on the spot, not saying a word. What did she mean? It was understood without speaking. Students craned their necks one by one. The gossip immediately exploded. Yang Yuting was the most famous figure in the school. No one didn't know this beauty from a wealthy family, and the fact that I liked Yang Yuting was also something almost everyone in school knew. Since the start of school, I followed Yang Yuting every day, like a stalker. The number of people who liked Yang Yuting was countless. But what kind of person is Yang Yuting? She's the moon in the sky, the daughter of a super rich family, an existence that ordinary people could never reach in their lifetime. But this time, it was Yang Yuting proactively seeking Gu Xingcheng to group up. How is that possible? Yang Yuting stood in front of me. Her expression was faint. Those beautiful peach blossom eyes revealed a hint of unknown emotion. She reached out and deliberately adjusted the light brown scarf on her neck. Word by word, group up with me. Hearing this, I leaned back slightly. With no ripples in my eyes, without hesitation, I shook my head, softly refusing. Don't want to. My voice was very soft and also very calm, but every word clearly reached everyone's ears. He actually doesn't want to. How is that possible? Everyone was stunned on the spot, wishing they could get closer to us to frantically get the tea. Oh my goodness, this is way too juicy. Just as the words fell, Yang Yuting suddenly stepped closer. Her aloof expression suddenly cracked, her face darkened, like hearing the biggest joke in the world, her voice getting colder and colder. What did you say? Expression unchanged, I widened the distance, seriously repeating word by word, don't want to. After speaking, I immediately looked away, not looking at Yang Yuting's face anymore. The classmate next to me had a face full of shock. The next second, the air suddenly felt frozen, only to see Yang Yuting standing stiffly on the spot, her whole face almost cracking, darkened so much it could almost drip ink. People around stared wide-eyed in shock. Gu Xingcheng rejected Yang Yuting and said it straight to her face twice. That's just too awesome. The class bell rang. Yang Yuting laughed coldly, noble and composed, exuding oppressive pressure. Before leaving, she dropped a sentence. Gu Xingcheng, my patience has limits. She returned to her seat with a dark face, cold as ice. Yang Yuting's friends looked at each other, all seeing deep shock in each other's eyes. The person who followed Yang Yuting every day actually rejected Yang Yuting. How is that possible? He clearly likes Yang Yuting so much, even studied hard for Yang Yuting's sake. To get into Jing University, isn't he afraid of playing too hard? Yang Yuting sat in her chair, half her face hidden in shadow. Her face grew darker and colder, like a stormy winter blizzard, making people shiver without being cold. At this moment, a girl next to her said carefully, Sister Yuting, don't be angry yet. Yang Yuting stared at her coldly, revealing a strong warning in her eyes. The girl broke out in a sweat. Okay, you're not angry. I'm the one angry. I'm angry. A moment later, facing Yang Yuting's suspicious gaze, the girl scratched her head and continued, it's just that. Using such a cold tone to order him to group up, he would definitely resist. Hearing this, Yang Yuting fell into thought, her eyes revealing some wavering and struggle, but a moment later she still clung to her opinion. Cold eyes, cold and certain tone. He likes me. He will definitely come back. It was that light brown scarf that gave her enough confidence. In Gu Xingcheng's heart and eyes, there was only her. Otherwise, he wouldn't have secretly stuffed the scarf into her bag. Gu Xingcheng cares about me, cares about my birthday. He just wants me to lower myself. Thinking this, Yang Yuting became even more certain of her guess. The girl beside her twitched her mouth slightly, feeling like she was playing the lute to a cow just now. Even the girls who initially bet that Gu Xingcheng would return were gradually wavering. Isn't Yang Yuting being too confident? Moreover, they always felt that Yang Yuting's confidence and calmness seemed like it could collapse completely at any moment. Female dorm 307. Chen Shishi skipped around holding her phone, happily sidling up to Su Qingyue, trying to act mysterious. I just got a massive scoop from the school forum. Do you want the tea? Saying that, she happily stuffed a handful of tomato-flavored chips into her mouth. Looking smug, Su Qingyue never cared much about the forum and was too lazy to gossip, but Chen Shishi's words attracted the other two girls in the room, begging her to spill it quickly. But Chen Shishi grinned slyly and leaned closer again, whispering into Su Qingyue's ear, really not interested? It seems to be related to Gu Xingcheng. The next second, Su Qingyue suddenly turned her head. Her laziness instantly vanished into thin air. Suddenly raising her head, looking at Chen Shishi, face serious. Tell me now, reacting extremely fast, as if equipped with a radar. Just hearing the name Gu Xingcheng, alarm bells immediately rang. Chen Shishi pretended to be surprised. What's wrong? Didn't you say you didn't want to gossip? Mention Gu Xingcheng and someone gets impatient and loses their cool. Su Qingyue gritted her teeth. Dinner is on me.